I think the hardest thing has been, and I mean still is that you have tutors delivering content that they might not be comfortable with, and you'll get it in every school, but generally I think and again, you know, I mean, I've worked in one international school so far, and arguably my last school was an international student population, just not so much staff. But everybody has their own views and differences in religions and perceptions of
Sex.
yeah, sex and identity and sexuality. The problem comes in any setting when you have to align the curriculum that we teach, which is a British curriculum, which includes their PSD development, which is about teaching what is homosexuality, approaching topics about gender identity and sexuality openly and comfortably and in a way that's very accepting of difference.
Oh, sorry. Woo! My God.
Please cut down from this film.
Right.
Yes. So there's curriculum that we should teach. We have to teach. You have enrolled your child at a British school. That's what we're going to teach them. And there's lots of arguments around that I won't go into now. And we then have the individual staff members' perceptions and views, and everybody has a right to their own freedom of speech and their own approaches to really controversial but sticky topics. But it's been really hard to make sure that every student gets the education that they should have via the British curriculum, because it depends on their teacher. And it's really hard to know what to do with that, because with COVID, for the last year and a half, we couldn't have students all together in one room. They had to be in their form rooms, they had to be split apart, couldn't share resources. So we couldn't even pull all of year 7 in the hall and go, right, people who want to talk about this kind of thing, come and do that content. It just wasn't possible. But we still are struggling, I think, with the disparity of messaging surrounding particularly sexuality. Kids that are aware of what it means to be gay, they're aware of what it means to be non-binary, kids that genuinely want to investigate those terms and they want to think about, try them on for size and be like, okay, what if I'm non-binary? What does that look like for me? And that's really exciting that kids as young as 11 are aware of that concept and excited to try and explore it, but then are being told that that's not okay. Either subtly in the way that people come across in the classroom, or explicitly, and obviously that's really hard to manage, because everybody's different, and you're not delivering your own content, you're delivering centralized content that somebody has made. But again, I worry a little bit that with messaging in Seychelles and the use of language in Seychelles regarding sexuality, it's in a school like ISS, we're still looking for ways through to make every child feel comfortable and feel knowledgeable and feel okay with even other people identifying as whatever they want to, and their own sexuality.
Yeah.
I like you were saying about talking about pleasure and development and acceptance and freedom and empowerment surrounding sex. I don't know how long it will take to get to that place, because at first we need people to be comfortable using terms.